Our theme tonight is Haus of Maus. It is an all Disney theme. Are there any Disney adults in the audience? All right. So you guys are all gay, I'm assuming. I am not a Disney adult, but I do have a lot of experience with Disney. When I was in high school, I went to Disneyland every year for several years because my high school marching band, I grew up in LA, we would regularly perform there one day during the summer. And so we would be brought in as performers and we get to hang around behind the scenes and see Goofy with his head off smoking a cigarette. And then we would do one march through Disneyland, do one little 15-minute performance, and then we would have the rest of the day to hang out, which was really fun. Just in case you want to know, we were the Highlanders. I did play the bagpipes. This is me 25 years ago when I still thought I was fat. Oh, what's ahead of you? But the major thing about growing up in LA and Disneyland and going to high school there in particular is that everybody does grad night at Disneyland, which is that literally everybody in LA, the night they graduate high school, gets bused to Disneyland and you get to spend the night there, which sounds awesome, but I almost died. It is the closest I think I've ever come to death in my life. Because the problem with grad night is they bus in thousands of high schoolers from all over LA, which means they take you inside the gates, but then there are metal detectors. And so everyone is crowded in the space between the gates and the metal detectors. And a few people thought it would be a fun idea to start running into the crowd from the outside and push as hard as they could. Has anybody ever heard of a crowd crush before? So my arms were pinned to my sides, and I was lifted off my feet in this crowd. And it was going on for like 45 minutes. Thankfully, I did survive, as you can see. I was able to get into the park, but it was really scary. It was like a horde of zombies, but a bigger horde than Night of the Living Dead. I was just afraid to use any other picture because of copyright concerns. So I got inside. I ate my $30 jambalaya gumbo bread bowl in fake New Orleans. And then my friends and I went to my favorite ride at Disneyland. Can you guys guess what it is? Dumbo. It is not Dumbo. It is not Small World. It is the fucking Jungle Cruise. We love the Jungle Cruise not only because it's fun and relaxing, but also because there was never a line. So it was like the only place you could sit down in the shade on the days when we were there during the summer. But the Jungle Cruise was great, especially when we were there alone, which we often were because the guides would sometimes let me do the material. Little me did not know what awaited him in the future, but I think I got a taste of it back then. And it may have inspired other things about my personality as well. That rhinoceros is trying to get his point across, but I'm sure the bottom will get the point in the end. I mean, the guy on the bottom. Never mind, same thing. Anyway, no, it was great. It was fun. We love the classic Jungle Cruise jokes. Here we're passing Schweitzer Falls, named for the famous African explorer Albert Falls. And now we are passing along the backside of Schweitzer Falls, named for the backside of famous African explorer Albert Falls. And if we learn one thing from the Jungle Cruise, it's that hippos are only dangerous when they blow bubbles and wiggle their ears. But thankfully, we have a cap gun for that, or at least we did. I think they got rid of them for safety reasons. So the Jungle Cruise is sad now. But one thing we do have is a great show for you tonight. But before I finish this monologue, I will leave you with one last joke for the mind readers in the audience. All right.